Had a problem with your 3000 GT or Dodge Stealth or any other engine, any other car that has the 6G72 motor. The issue that I was having the other night was when I would come to a stop, the car would stall. When I'd start to slow down, it would also stall. It's a pretty easy fix. It takes about an hour to do just because there's a few pieces you need to remove, but there's nothing that's hard to do about it. But the first thing to check is if you're having issues with your idle. Right here, that screw is your idle control screw. As you turn it clockwise and in, it lowers your idle. If you turn it counterclockwise and out, it increases your idle. So you can check that first. And I did that, and it worked for about a day, and then it didn't work. Now, one thing to note about this screw right here, this moves real easily, which I think is, it's a poor design in the respect that there's nothing to lock that bolt in. It's just a Phillips screw, and it twists very easily. Another thing I tried to do, which worked for a day or two, was I adjusted right here my throttle linkage. I made it a little tighter, so basically the throttle was open just a touch. That worked for a day or two, then I guess the ECU adjusted to it. So the third thing I did was under here, if you remove the intake, the other thing I did was right down in here underneath the throttle body. This controls your idle airflow. There's a clip right here. Just push in on this side, pull it off. And there's screws here on the edge. These aren't what we want to see. These aren't what we're looking at. I'm going to drop the camera down and see if you can get a better look. But let's see. That bolt right there, right underneath the throttle body, and you see its friend over here also on the other side of the throttle. But on the other side, it's two. I think they were 8mm. I think they're 8 millimeters. Take them off, and the piece just slides right out. When you take that piece out, you're going to spray it down with some good old-fashioned carb cleaner. All that carbon is going to come right off of it. The next thing you're going to do is, let's see, I'll just take this off. There's pins in there. I don't know if you could see it or not, but there's 6 pins. And you're going to test them with a voltmeter. The voltmeter set it to ohms, and there's 3 pins on the top, 3 pins on the bottom. You test. The middle one is your positive, and the side ones are your negatives. So you're going to test red and black. You want to see something in between 25 and 35 on your ohms. You're going to test red and black, and you want to see again between 25 and 35 ohms. You do that on the bottom side, same thing, red and black, red and black. If you have 4 tests that show 35 ohms, 25 to 35 ohms, your idler, your air idle control sensor is working perfectly fine. Clean it off, put it back in, put your 2 bolts in, put the clips on, reconnect your intake, and you're good to go. After you do that, again, you might need to adjust your throttle here, your idle at that screw. And that's it. It's really not that hard of a do. If I would recommend, I didn't have a universal socket that would have made getting the back underneath bolt a lot easier. If you have that, it'll probably be about a 15-minute fix. It's just a pain to do with a wrench in that tight area. The sprocket didn't seem to fit. It was either too short or too long with what I had. So anyway, good luck to everybody who has this problem, who wants to make this fix. It's easy. Do it yourself. It takes hardly any time. If you need to buy the part, it's about $75. Don't pay $1,000 to get anything fixed on this car. You get a new motor for $1,000 bucks. Take care. Thanks for watching.